live?
And we're streaming.
Okay. Good morning. It is December 15th. It's 11:01 a.m. and I'll call the Whatcom County Fire District 21 Board of Commissioners special meeting to order, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Roll call. I'm Bruce Ansell.
Scott Fisher.
John Crawford.
Kimberly McMurray.
Jason Vanderbeek.
Yeah, where's
And Commissioner Rigberg is excused for medical reasons. So note that, and start off with the Volunteer Pension Board meeting. We have the approval of the November 17th minutes. Is there a motion to approve said minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Any other business for the pension board?
No, sir.
All right, I'll adjourn the pension board meeting, and next item is a public hearing because we're going to adopt the 2023 budget. We have to have a public hearing, and I understand that there's no one that has asked to or is questioning anything about that. So do you want to present that budget to us?
Yes. So in front of you, each of you have a paper packet. This will just be a quick, we had our budget study session prior to. I made some minor changes. Actually, I made some changes to the budget since then. As we're going to discuss later, we have a tentative agreement on a tentative agreement to the collective bargaining agreement for 2023-2025. With that, there are some associated increased labor costs that are reflected in this budget. The big changes that you will see reflected in this budget on the revenues page is the about 2/3 of the way down, you have a reimbursements BLS allocation. It's $1,043,382. That is expected money that's been that is coming to the district from the county. Some of this is wrapped up in the current EMS levy that was approved in November. Some of it has been discussed multiple times at county council meetings. We've submitted all our documentation. We're just waiting for issuance of the funds. I don't know what's happening in the county, but those funds are in public record and they are anticipated to be collected by us in 2023. So that brings our total revenue to $899,169,000. With the general fund expenditures on the bottom line there in yellow, the difference between our revenue and the budget is $407 total. So a net gain to the district, or net reserves to the district of $407. The biggest changes, if you would go to the operations division, that's the red. And here's where you can see the biggest changes that I put into the budget. In the top section, when we look at 2022, the top section of this page here is the operations wages and incentive pays for our firefighters. You see 2022 and 2023 there's a difference there. That is reflective of the new labor costs. Okay. I know that there's a significant difference there. This puts our firefighters in the middle of their comps. This is what this is what our neighbors are paying. This is what people are making in a market like ours. I don't know if there's a lot to say other than this probably could have been avoided had we made incremental changes over the past 6 or 9 years. But it is what it is. I'll go over the CBA in more detail and what some of these changes are in executive session as well when you come out, if you have any questions for me there.
So just for clarification, these numbers reflect the TA labor contract that this board has not yet approved,
Correct.
but my understanding was approved or ratified by labor.
Yes. And I did forget to add that, sorry. Labor overwhelmingly ratified the contract. Received a lot of feedback, not just from employees, but actually I've had some of their spouses approach me off duty and thank me for that, for what we've tentatively agreed to. I know it's a big change, but like I said, it could have been, a lot of it probably could have been handled incrementally over, 6 or 9 years. It wasn't, but if we want to continue in the crazy cycle of we're wearing our people out because of the number of people that are leaving, the ability to jump ship has not gone away. We're actually received a resignation letter from another firefighter last week. He'll be leaving in March, and it's a journeyman firefighter that's going there. I mean, they're at the top of their pay scale, and they're choosing to go to another department for different opportunities. So the reality of that is still here. Other items that are in this budget as well, or budgeting, you'll see under the capital, which is the third to last page. Budgeting for another aid car. They're taking 18 to 20 months to get at this point. So if we can buy one, buy it, quote unquote cash. This would not be taking any money out of capital apparatus. This would come out of funding from this year, and that way, our backup. We now have gotten rid of all of our old aid cars, and our current backup, has 190 some odd thousand miles on it.
Yeah, what we call the white whale, which is the oldest unit in the fleet, is in the hundreds of thousands, and it's a 1997 road rescue. So that's been our reserve for some time. With the new aid rig getting ready to go into service, the aid rig that's here will now become the aid reserve rig. But in what the chief says, buying a new one, the reserve will now have 212,000 miles on it. That is actually the oldest ambulance in our fleet, because that was purchased when we all were first hired back in 2007.
It's a remount.
It's a remount.
It's gone through two chassis cycles. So,
Sorry.
Anyway, is there anything
Did our other one arrive?
It is. It's had its radios put in. It's got that's the sign shop getting lettering and everything taken care of. At which point it'll come back up here with some final touches by True North, and it'll basically will take that aid rig, 63, the old aid rig will back them up together and offload and reload. So, and then it'll basically be in service that day.
Cool.
And the county will be paying for the power load and all those things that go into it. That's already been arranged. Well, it's the best I can say is we've done our part
Yes.
I don't know what
They've
else.
indicated that they will do that we just haven't seen any money.
And it's in black and white. And that's what I don't understand is it's in black and white and there's lots of signatures on things, but
All right, maybe some phone calls need to be made.
so, anyway, those are the big changes from the budget I presented to you during your budget study session. Commissioner Ansel, is there anything else you want to?
No, so when we presented that, we had sort of a 5, 10, and 15 projection, and it looks like we're kind of landed on the 10, right?
On the 10. Yep. So this, and I guess one other thing I should add, so this budget reflects the tenets of the CBA that we've tentatively agreed to, as well as I put a 6.5% wage increase for non-uniformed admin staff in there. The collective increase that keeps them in line with what we're doing. Kind of for the bargaining unit employees, there's some specialty pays or incentive pays that are that the firefighters get that doesn't cross over to admin, but this keeps them in line with inflation. They also receive the 5% that we did here. So it's 1% wage increase, 1% above what the firefighters get, but the firefighters number, there's some other incentive pays that the civilian staff doesn't get.
So in a nutshell, it's the cost of doing business.
It's the cost of staying in business,
Yeah.
being able to deliver it.
Which somehow we need to message that to the community so that they can help us pay for it. Anybody have any questions or comments?
When do we hear from the county about getting our money?
I've talked with Lyndon Bellingham, District 1. I think we're going to light the torches soon and head down there. All the chiefs, all administrators are very frustrated by what's not happening.
It's not just a District 21
It's not.
issue, it's a county
It's a countywide issue.
wide.
I realize that. Is there anything we can do to expedite that?
Who is our,
I hate to say it, but if y'all would come to the next commissioners meeting, I'm going to light the torches there and see if we can get another joint. I mean, I think this is proving kind of what I said at the last Commissioners Association meeting is that we've got to keep our foot on the gas or on the neck of the county. They're just, maybe I'm off topic, but they already messed with there was some finagling with the childcare tax that got passed. And I realize there's some issues about the way it got passed, but if it passed, it passed. And then immediately the county tried to kind of mess with it. And I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop as far as the EMS levy goes. But I can tell you that it's more, the problem seems to be more than just our VLS reimbursement checks.
I should know this, but does our area, are the county council,
Ben Ellen Boss,
he's ours,
yes. And
For-
Tyler Bird for District 4 and Ben Ellen Boss for us.
so Birch Bay and
I'm 99% sure.
and he usually votes no for various reasons on,
He and Tyler Bird both voted no on the BLS allocation.
They were not
right.
friendly on the.
Although he openly says he supports EMS and the fire service and then votes no on the allocation, which seems to be somewhat of a conflict, but all right. Perhaps we can have a discussion with him. All right. Anything else for the public hearing? Haven't had anybody knocking on the door. Nobody signed up. Budget has been presented. We will vote on that budget during the regular board meeting, yes? So this was just an opportunity for the public to have some comment. There has been none, and so I am going to close the public hearing.
If I could, just really quick, I'd like to thank Benita, Sean, John Aaronholtz, Kelly, and Jenny for helping me with the budget.
Absolutely.
This is not a one-person job.
I understand.
So,
Yep. Thank you, everyone. All right, so
help with me as well.
we'll get into the regular board meeting. It's 11:16. And our first item is the budget resolution 2022-13, which basically says we want to approve the budget that the chief presented us. Let me just get to the resolution. All right, so this is a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire Protection District 21 adopting the tax revenues and budget for the year 2023. The amount that we are requesting is $6,629,221.60. Chief, that number is slightly different because of that administrative adjustment
Yes.
piece, right? So,
Refund, administrative refund.
right.
Yep.
So whatever that small difference was made up in that other number of, I don't know, what was it? 8. I just know that this number was different from that, and I'm assuming it's because of that administrative adjustment. So, all right. And then be it further resolved that should any adjustments in the above identified amounts become necessary due to tax increase limit legislation, tax limits due to prorating, or due to errors in making estimations on assessed values, all necessary adjustments will be made to the expense fund of said district. So, is there a motion to approve 2022-13?
So moved.
Anyone have any questions, comments, or further discussion? Guess I was sort of out of line. I discussed in the middle of it. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. All right, consent agenda is the next item. It has the meeting minutes from our November 9th work session, the November 17th public hearing, staff reports, financial reports, and I will read the numbers in. Total revenue for November was $651,811.15. December expenditures were $938,981.31. Direct deposit payroll, $392,885.04. Payroll taxes, $88,533.41. Benefits voucher, $297,030.40. Monthly expenditure voucher, $118,988.92. Capital projects apparatus, $31,339. Capital projects facilities, $9,735.99. And volunteer voucher, $468.55. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Just 1, 2. Chief, I just want to make sure we talked about our hiring process. So we have 5 new job offers.
Correct.
4 going to the academy, and 1 have already completed the academy.
Yes.
Okay. And the academy starts when?
January 23rd.
That's a fun time to go North Bend.
Yes.
A little bit of snow on the ground.
Snow on the ground.
All right. We talked about the BLS reimbursement and the budget. So, anyone else have any questions or comments? I just ran some numbers on the call volume for this year through November. 5,295 through the end of November. Last year it was 5,049. So the call volume currently is up 4.8% through November. And we'll see what December brings us. But it just demonstrates that we keep getting more calls. Hopefully with adding more staff, it'll take some pressure off of the existing people. And hopefully this year we can come up with a plan for a levy lid lift for 2024. So, all right. All in favor of the consent agenda? It's unanimous. Thank you. Commissioner meeting reports. Anyone go anywhere?
I've been doing a
Council?
couple, Plain City Council, and they are really working on enhancing their tourism. That people not just crossing the border and heading south, but stopping and staying a while. Ecotourism, and they have a new working waterfront coalition of Whatcom County board. That's got a lot of ideas and
Thinking of like buy a fireboat or something.
isn't saying that, but yeah.
Just a thought. So bring more people in. So put more pressure on services. Do they have any discussion about services at all, or do they just want people to come spend money?
There was about 30 seconds, but it's mostly about people stopping and spending money.
Great. All right. Is that anything else? That was it?
Yeah.
Okay. John,
Yeah,
any
nothing.
commissioners not till January? You're gonna run for president?
No, I'm not.
Thought. And then the only thing I went to was the labor contract negotiation final TA meeting, which I thought went quite well. So, Local 106.
Yeah, thank you. As it was stated earlier, we voted to ratify the contract. So it was a good meeting 2 nights ago. Lots of good discussion. The majority passed. Again, thank you to yourself, Chief Vanderveen, Chief Ralston, and Jenny for the meetings and putting up with me. Also the new hirees, so it's nice. We hired those 5. The previous 5 have now hit the floor, so that's relieved a lot of stress and overtime and pressure, so that's been good. And then it's nice getting the new engine on the way and the new ambulance. So again, thank you to commitment to all of us for the TA of the contract and the apparatus. And then on a global local report, Scott Farrell is the new president for the big local 106 starting in January of 2023.
Okay. Thank you. Unfinished business. First item is District 4 update. Anything from there?
They passed their budget. I'm gonna have to go back to them and ask for a little bit more money once I folded in the wage increase. That was prior to the ratification by the union. I didn't want to jump the gun too much.
Okay.
So there's about a $150,000, $200,000 increase they're gonna have to fund. I'll go back to them with the budget amendment. We have our first meeting in January of the outreach committee, I guess, that the District 4 commissioners are putting together, or getting 3 citizen candidates, one from the North Shore, one from kind of the UGA right outside of Bellingham, and one from the rural area. Each commissioner is going to bring me one for a committee that we're going to have.
So the commissioners are tasked with finding those
Yes,
representatives.
sir.
Okay.
And then we'll have our kickoff meeting in January. They're also kind of, their budget is kind of the beneficiary as well of the slow pay by the county. So that worked out well. Their budget is balanced for the year, so that's good. And increased tax revenue, or not increased tax revenue, increased transport revenue is certainly helping them as well. The number of calls that Station 12 is going on, so.
So we're pretty confident that they will be able to make their payments at least for the first 6 months, and most likely for the whole year if we.
Their budget balanced to like $4.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that
Yeah.
was, yeah, it was,
Hopefully garbage rates don't go up.
Anita and I spent
We
some
pay
time.
them. We pay their garbage.
I do.
Yeah. Anita and I spent some time behind the computer getting everything lined up, but it appears that with what the county owes District 4 is committed to District 4, and the increased transport revenue and increased rental fees for the building.
So did they negotiate contracts with Bellingham or EMS for that?
I do.
Okay. Well, did that get done?
Working on it, yeah.
Okay.
So we're looking at increasing that cost from 40,000 to 120,000.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Anything else?
So
All right. WSRB.
I have initial numbers back from them. We've got 30 days to reply. Got them late last week. Just been working on the budget. Blaine drops from a 4 to a 5, and the county drops from a 5 to a 6.
And
Because
go ahead.
in the communication I received, it's because of the, I want to say, transparent reporting of what personnel are actually at our volunteer stations is pretty much solely what it came down to.
And do we know, or can we find out how that impacts insurance rates?
I will ask. I can already hear their answer in that depends on each individual insurance company.
Right.
So each company.
Yeah. I tried to get that information for my residents before, and there was a lot of,
Yeah, their charts are all proprietary, secret, stuff like that. Yeah. So I'll ask them if they have a generalized what.
I've asked that question before.
A percentage range of rate increase or something.
You would think, but good luck. It's probably more of a rhetorical question than anything else, but the point being that as we are unable to provide a certain level of service because people are unwilling to pay for it, they ultimately have to pay for it in other avenues, and oftentimes more than they would have had to pay
Correct.
had they funded the fire district. But I don't know how you get that message through until they get their bill and go like, wow, my homeowner's insurance went up $1,000. Sorry. Thank you for the report. New business, meeting schedule. So as it stands, and I didn't hear anything more from Matt about continuing our meetings on Thursdays at 11 is the way the resolution is drafted. Is that working for everyone, or do we need to change that? Does that fit your bus
That's-
driving
yeah, that's
schedule?
fine.
Okay, that works for you. All right, well, let's go ahead and have a motion to approve the 2022-14 resolution for the meeting schedule, and then we can talk briefly more about it.
Move to approve.
Second.
So Matt's the only one. I know that he has, started doing some work in Skagit County, and I don't know how that will fit his schedule, but I assume that he could meet via Zoom if that happened. So we can go from there. All right. So Thursdays at 11 and on third Thursday of the month at 11 o'clock, unless changed or there's other conflicts. All right. All in favor? Unanimous? Resolution 2022-15 is a cancellation of 2 warrants
Yes.
because no one cashed the check.
So what these were not vendor payments. These were payments back to individuals that we transported. They had overpaid because of the like the what do you call it, explanation of benefits or whatever that their insurance company sent them.
Sure.
They sent us a bigger check than needed. These are small checks, less than $20 being refunded to individuals, and they've never been cashed.
How old are they? Do you know?
I don't know.
They are.
Oh,
Hang on.
oh, I thought.
Not the, not age-wise. How? What? Sorry.
One was from September of 2021, and the other is from May of 2021.
Oh, they've been out there a while.
These are dead checks.
Okay.
I've communicated with System Design to ask them why, and could they follow up, and they never did. I've communicated with them 3 times, so.
Yeah. Okay. So just checks sitting out there that have never been cashed, so we are canceling them. All right. Motion. Did I already do that? All in favor of resolution 2022-15?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. Commissioner compensation. So by statute, try to find that one. There it is. So the Office of Financial Management in 2019 adjusted the compensation rate for fire commissioners from $114 per day to $128 per day with a maximum annual amount of $12,288. My recollection is that we chose to take a lesser amount at the time when everyone in the organization was doing the same. And so I had requested that we adjust this up to the statutory amount. I think we're currently getting like 120.
Yes.
So it's $8 difference. I guess it's the principle more than anything. And so I thought we could talk about it since it was effective January of 2019, and then the next time it'll be reevaluated. I think it's every 5 years they adjust for inflation. It'd be interesting to see what they do next time. So it would be readjusted in for January of 2024. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up for discussion. Don't everybody talk at once. Okay, I will move that we accept the Office of Financial Management's rate for fire commissioner compensation to $128 per day.
Well, here's where I'm at, since nobody else is talking. And I don't know if it's possible or not. I don't need the $8 and I don't want the $8. And the reason why is I think as a commissioner, I shouldn't say I felt that we didn't get the word out about the levy. It failed twice. That reflects on me as a person. I'm still upset that, I didn't get it out there. So I don't deserve the $8 a month.
All right. Kimberly?
Well, I don't know why our message wasn't received, but I felt like we spent a lot of time. We had consultants and we did postcards and it was in the papers and we did one-on-ones with people and community. I feel like I don't think it failed because we didn't do our job. I it I feel like we are all very committed. We come to meetings. We are involved in the community outside of our meetings and involved with state commissioners and county commissioners. And um, I think we do a lot. And I don't need the $8 either, but I feel like it's kind of like the levy. If we don't stay up and we deny, and then the next time we deny, then 10 years from now, when the next group wants it, now they got to catch up $20 or $20 instead of just the slow, just like earlier.
I totally agree. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm
I know,
not
I am
speaking
too.
on the board as a whole. But I don't see why I need a pay raise for something that I got elected to do and I'm not doing it. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
So
Maybe if you ever like leave the position, it'll attract someone new for that extra
we can have that happen too.
$8. Scott? Any comments?
No,
You're neutral.
I'm neutral.
All right, so there's a motion. Was it ever seconded? All right. Sorry, I had a discussion without seconding the motion. Did you want to second the motion?
Sure.
Okay, sorry. So now that I retract and go back and say that there was a motion and then it's been seconded and it actually has been discussed. Any other comments?
I'm going to abstain from the vote.
That's fine.
There you go.
All those in favor of adjusting the compensation to $1.28 per day?
Oh, did you have a comment though?
I did already. I'm the one that made the motion.
Didn't know if you had more to say.
No, I'm done. Yes or no?
Yes.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes here, so it's 3 in favor and 1 abstained. Thank you. Fire chief performance evaluation. Okay, we're not going to do this in open public meeting, but so annually the fire chief is due a performance eval. I had the form put in our packet, and I would really appreciate your comments. They don't have to be extensive, but I think it should be a group effort. And I plan on conducting that evaluation sometime in January. Jenny, do we know what the date of the last one was? I probably.
Not offhand.
Okay, that's fine.
I can let you know though.
Well, it needs to be done sometime in January.
Yes.
So, if you folks could, before the end of the year, provide me with anything. The form is easy to follow, and you don't have to comment on every one of those items, but if there's a specific item that you feel the chief did an exceptional job or needs some assistance with, then I would love to hear that before we sit down and have that talk.
So you want it sent back to you on what date then? Prior to what date?
December 31st. I'll take Post-it notes, napkins, anything.
Stick figure drawings.
All right, any other new business? Correspondence is in our packet. I guess the one that is most, I guess, heartwarming to me is the thank you note to Mike Nelson for the holiday Thanksgiving organization. He has, I don't know how many years, has headed that up, but
As long as I can remember.
a long, long time. And I don't know how many other individuals from the department were there. It usually takes a handful, half a dozen or more.
Yeah, there was, yep, Jenny went, and there was 6 or 7.
So again, that's, picking up, storing, delivering, loading, directing traffic, is just a great thing. And I just wanted to thank him in the open public meeting and all those others who participated in that. I think those gestures go a long way in our efforts to show the public that we do more than just respond to their emergencies. So if you would pass on our thanks to him, I would appreciate it. Next board meeting is January 19th. Is that going to work for everyone? Yes?
Yeah.
At 11. That work for you? All right. Agenda items for next meeting. Let's see, in January, will we have any update on D4 by then? Well, you'll have your first meeting. So let's keep D4 on there. We done with WSRB?
No, there'll be one more.
There'll be one more, okay. I don't know if that has to be on the agenda. That's just something that we have.
These guys want it on the agenda.
Maybe executive session. I would like us to talk about maybe a planning meeting, setting goals and direction for the district from the board's perspective. So if we can just put that as an agenda item to think about a date that we could get together, whether it be unfortunately another Saturday or what, but I think we need to have a real clear idea of where we're headed, and it's mostly in my mind of financing the fire district, but just seeing where we're at, where we're going, and talk about all the moving parts. And I mean, I've got numbers on how the King County EMS levy vote went that I'd like to share with the board, and where our demographics are for and against, and how we figure out how to get people to get on board. So anyway, we put that on there. Anyone else have any thoughts or ideas for agenda items next meeting? All right, we will go into executive session for 2 reasons. RCW 42.30.110 subsection G, to evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment or to review the performance of a public employee. And item 2, which you guys are probably interested in, RCW 42.30.140 section 4A, collective bargaining sessions with employee organizations, including contract negotiations, grievance meetings, discussions relating to interpretation, application of labor agreement, et cetera, because we need to decide on whether we're going to approve the collective bargaining agreement that was TA'd by the labor group on the 13th. So I would say after the executive session, there will be action on us voting for or against the collective bargaining agreement for the years of 2023 through 2025. The first item is going to take how long? Okay. I always misshoot on this. I'm gonna say 20 minutes, so 12:05 we will reconvene.
Can I go now?
And
station?
Yes, they were fixing it this morning. I haven't got a chance to tell you that. We are back on, Commissioner.
Do we have that contract? Is it here? The labor sign? Oh, not in my packet.
No, I didn't put it in, I just have it here for signature.
Can I see it? Are we back on?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sorry, we reconvened. It's 12:08, I was close. So we met in executive session to discuss the terms of the collective bargaining agreement. And so I would entertain a motion to approve the collective bargaining agreement for 2023 through 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Discussion? Comments? Questions? It's up to me again. So just since both the chief and I were involved in this process, I would like to thank the local for their time and effort and professionalism and understanding. I think that the proposals were clear and respectful. We didn't always agree on everything, which is normal. But from my experience, it was one of the quickest and least painful bargaining sessions that I've been through in my career. So thank you to your group. You know, the fact that you guys did your homework and had the documents ready so that we could have meaningful discussions was very helpful and appreciated. So, and I think on behalf of the board, I can speak and say that we think this is a fair agreement, that it's deserved, and I think it puts us all in a position to have to work in the next year or two to get the public to understand what a true cost of providing a good service takes. So we will do our best, and we will need your help in those efforts as well. So with that said, all those in favor of approving the collective bargaining agreement for 2023 through 2025, say aye.
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 It is unanimous.
Thank you.
So let's keep doing the good work. We need to sign documents. Is there any other business before the board? Okay, so I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 12:11 p.m. Requires a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you. Meeting's adjourned.